All right, I hit a checkpoint. We've made progress on the map. Oh, gosh. What's going on, you guys? Just I think that's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. Is like at the beginning of every video, probably gonna like grab a random clip from one of the streams and just throw it at the beginning, just to kind of like catch you guys' attention, just a tad bit, just so I can like pull up and understand what's going on. Um, just to give you guys something to watch that shows you kind of some of the stuff that goes on during the streams. Recently we just did a stream over on Game Blast, over on my channel for Game Blast with Team Sega for a charity event called Special Effects that I've been doing for the past couple of years. Shout outs to Pop for putting me on to joining up with Team Sega, as well as being able to just do a charity event that's consistent every year, and with one of my favorite companies growing up, because big Sega fan. Shout outs to Sonic, PSO. Uh, we got the House of the Dead. We just was it 2 days ago? I think we just got the House of the Dead. Actually, it was yesterday. House of the Dead 2 demo remake. Looking forward to that when it releases. They said sometime early spring, so we right there around the corner, beginning of the year, basically. So we're gonna see how that turns out. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is a different kind of subject. I mean, got all the little lighting going on and all that stuff. It's just the normal lighting, especially because I'm on vacation. Turn up for the vacation. Um, but um, I know recently I was just checking on Twitter and happened to notice there's a big controversy about being accepted into different spaces, and this kind of like it was something that at first, like when I first like read it, I was just like, bruh, I'm not even about to like give this too much thought, because it's like ain't no way this is about to be a big thing. But as time went on, I think I forgot what I was doing during the day. I was probably like vibing on something. I think I was playing Sonic Cross Worlds, and I was just like playing that, and shout outs to Seti came into the VC. It was just like, yo, y'all been peeping Twitter. I'm like, is it the being mixed thing? And he was like, that is exactly it. I'm just like, oh boy, all right, give me the details. Let me know what you have discovered. And so like he kind of like went into details and explained all of it. And it just got me thinking back to like how things were on Twitch way back in the day. For those that don't know, I'm at to get like the screenshot of it or something like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to pull it up right now. Um, way back in the day, your boy was on JustinTV. I was not. I'm not one of those the original Twitch warriors. I'm a JustinTV warrior. Is that? I don't even think that's even a term, to keep it a buck. Um, let's see if I can find. Matter of fact, I'll just go to my account because it says it on my account when it was created. So all I have to do is just like click my name or something like that, and it should like pop up with when my account was created. So let's see. I'm over here typing in the chat right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop up with the display so y'all can see it. This is my back end, okay? So like some of this stuff I don't want y'all to see, but it's okay. Boom, as you guys can see right here, birth date December 24th, 2010. And if you did not know, go ahead and give y'all a bit more insights. When was Twitch created? June 6, 2011. Spinoff of JustinTV. So, as you guys can tell, I am from the JustinTV era. I was like right there on the cusp of Twitch being formed, but I was in the early phases of it, so I got a chance to see everything. So this is a bit of a revolve around like a backside into like everything, that how it's evolved and stuff. So that this is gonna be that one of those videos. It's gonna be a then versus now video, if you will. So obviously, way back then, I didn't know anybody on like Justin TV, Twitch, nothing like that. Like I was some random dude online that was just looking for a place to vibe. I wanted to learn how to stream, but I did not have the insight to doing so. I was not very outgoing in that sense, so I was like, I held myself back ultimately. Had I would have actually like gone full throttle back then, like so what I did for my very first stream was that I took a webcam, pointed it at the TV, and then said what game I was playing against the title, and was just like playing it and commenting on it and stuff. It was the quality was doo doo butter. It was trash. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I got it was nothing special, but at that point in time, like I didn't know what I know now, so it is what it is. But it's not really more so about like my experiences as much as it's just like the state of the nature of how things were then versus now. So obviously, thinking back to that era, it wasn't well known being a streamer. It wasn't as easy as turning on your console, hitting the share button, and then going live, and then boom, you're live and playing a game for people to watch. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't as easy as buying a capture card and then hooking it up, and everything's there for you to, stream. Like you had to literally go out of your way to learn how to do a lot of like the screen capturing. OBS wasn't as easy as it was. I mean, it's still easy. It's still kind of like the same thing, but it wasn't as easy to utilize and stuff. So it was just like you had to learn a lot of nuanced things just to be able to go live. And then once you were able to go live, it was just like you really didn't have that level of competition um, to be like struggling against other people. It was just kind of like boom, like since not a lot of people are streaming, there's a lot more viewers. A lot more viewers means that you're able to get your numbers up a lot easier. But at the exact same time, it's just like during that era of being a content creator, it was just about the games. Literally, it was just about the games. So like back in the 2011, I would say up to like 2014, 2015ish, it was strictly about the game. Like yes, you were building a community. Yes, you were developing friendships and all that stuff, but it was like you weren't allowed to eat on stream. You weren't allowed to go to sleep on stream. I know a lot of people be doing that nowadays. You weren't allowed to like there was a lot of things that you weren't allowed to do, and it was just like the focus of Twitch was just about the game. You had to be playing what you were playing, and you couldn't really be doing much of anything else. Otherwise, you were potentially getting yourself like suspended or something of that nature. And just thinking back on that, and then when it got me thinking is just that the era and the nature of how things were is completely different to how it is now, because you could go on Twitter and it was just people posting clips of like dope things that they did on their stream, highlights of like their things, like because there was no actual clip maker on Twitch at that point in time. So it was more so just trying to like get key moments and then using that to bolster, because there was no TikTok. The most that you would probably ever see on YouTube was just like highlight reels of like your streams or whatever. And even then it's just like it wasn't the meta to utilize other platforms to grow your Twitch page, because you really didn't have to do it that much. You just had to be live, you had to be playing the right game, and eventually you were going to get discovered and just kind of like grow that way. Um, and with that being the case, is that the nature of Twitter was less toxic in all honesty. Maybe it was just, before I say anything else, maybe it was just the following that I had because I was still like a freshling. I was a newbie at everything. I didn't understand everything. But it wasn't nearly as toxic. Like it wasn't a bunch of debates or anything like that. Yes, you had some moments of some wild things happening. You might have, see a couple of people get caught out, but it wasn't as frequent as it is now. It wasn't nearly a situation where you could go on Twitter and be like, this happened to me. Oh, like you didn't see so many people getting called out as much. Basically, it was because it was just a lot of camaraderie within the early era of Twitch. Like everybody supported everybody. Well, I won't say everybody supported everybody, but it was just like a lot of support going around. And then as the years went on and more things that was done in the background, behind scenes stuff started getting called out on Twitter, that's when the nature of streaming started to change. And that's kind of getting close to the 2016, 2017 era of things, and that's when a lot of stuff just started to shake and stuff, because it's like even then, like thinking back on that, I can think of those that have been around for a while will absolutely remember. I know Seti, like if he was to watch this video, he would remember it. um Neku, um I think Pop might have been just getting started on Twitch, but she knows of what I'm going to mention, which is the cookout. This is the This is, I wish I could actually go back to my Twitter account during that era, like that day of when the cookout was just being formed. So the cookout was formed due to the fact that we you didn't see a lot of black people on Twitch. I'm just gonna be just flat out blunt about it. You didn't see a lot of black people on Twitch. It wasn't the norm. Like if you found some black people, congratulations. You might have found some people that you could really vibe with and stuff. And then it was just a matter of knowing and get to know everybody else. Um, Early on, like with me, especially during that era, I wasn't a big ego person. Like if you showed any signs of an ego, and it was like so like when I'm saying ego, I'm saying it in the way of like um you're full of yourself. It's okay to have pride in yourself, but you're full of yourself. Like you are the hottest thing to walk on this earth and nobody's going to tell you otherwise. That is what I'm referring to when I say ego. So, during the initial phases of the cookout, it wasn't even formed. It was an idea being created on Twitter. I don't remember who it was, but somebody was just like, "Yo, if you know a black creator, tag them in this post, and let's just get a list of as many black creators as we can possibly get." Dope. So, at that point in time, I had already met J Rock. I already had met Level. Um, I met UGR Gaming, who is now I am Brandon. Um, I met Okadrian. I met Trihex. So I was like, it was a lot of these black creators that I'm beginning to like come across and getting a chance to know and stuff. And so it's just like early in the early phases, certain names were being thrown into the hat. Cup of Noodle, I also met Cup of Noodle at the by then at that point in time too. A lot of names were getting thrown into the hat for that, and so I'm vibing. I'm at work. This is still early phases of me being at the post office and stuff. So I'm just like, all right, I'm chilling. I'm walking. Bzzz, somebody text me. Look, oh, okay. So whatever. All right. So they talking about some black creators. All right. So somebody recognized me as being a black creator. If I'm 100% sure it was J Rock that threw my name into the hat, and so I'm just like, oh, that's dope. Bzzz. It's a lot of likes and names and stuff, and people following me. Okay, cool. Zzz, 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 all day from about like 3 o'clock to about like 6 ish. My phone was going crazy. I looked at my notifications every hour. I had 99 notifications. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So, come to find out that literally everyone that is basically black is having their names thrown into this hat, and they're just like, yo, my name being one of the earlier names being thrown into it. I was like in the top like 20 first, like 20 people first mentioned when this was being created. So I'm just like, yo, this is wild. Like, what the heck? Like, yo, like I did not know there was this many black people on Twitch. Like, yo, whoa, okay, this is dope. Like, yo, like we're finally coming together. Like, it's about to be a huge supportathon. Like, we about to blow up now. So, I'm excited and stuff. And at this point in time, I already had created the agent persona. So I've been to several conventions. People are starting to pick up on the whole theme and stuff. Like, I'm walking around. I got the glasses. Got the best. Well, it was a holster. Got the holster. I got the best on. I got the suit jacket. I got the earpiece. So it's just like anytime I go to a convention, they like, oh, that's that dude. That's that one dude. C1. Yeah, Agent C1. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's just like I already started creating like a bit of a brand for myself at that point in time. And so the cookout at this point in time, Discord was a thing. So the cookout got its own Discord. And so like everyone's just filing in and stuff. So I was like, I slid up in there. I'm like, yo, checking out the perimeter, seeing what's going on in there. And then one of the original organizers was just like, I don't know who this is. Are they trolling? What the heck? And then Brandon was like, yo, no, no, no. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. Like, I actually know him. He's cool. J Rock was like, yeah, yeah, that's the one. That's my boy. Yeah. Like, he's cool. It's like, okay, just want to make sure there's a lot of people coming in right now. This, that, and the third and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like, I'm not trolling. This is just my persona. This is just who I am as a streamer. Like, just playing my role, playing my part, whatever. And so I'm just watching everybody file in and stuff. I think that's also kind of like when I first caught glimpse of Jeroni as well. Uh But as everybody was coming in, I'm just seeing all these different names and stuff. I'm like, yo, the black community is coming together. We about to do something great. And then I'm seeing a bit of like arguing. I'm seeing egos being flared around, talking about, yo, I got this many followers, this and that, and all this and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go on the quiet mode and just kind of watch everything going on and whatnot. And then as I'm just watching it, it's just more and more people just getting upset, starting to argue. This, mind you, this is the early phases of it. So I was just like, yeah, it's a bit too much going on in here right now. I already got a lot going on at work. I'm out of here. I'm sorry. I just can't be a part of this right now. Like, so I did the Irish goodbye. I bounced out of the cookout Discord. I was just like, no, I can't deal with this because it's like it's a lot of notifications, there's a lot of egos, there's a lot of people just doing things that they don't need to be doing. So I was just like, hey, it is what it is. I'm up out of here. So I backed out of it. And so obviously, as time would progress and go on and whatnot, some things like obviously it things settled itself out. It got better, supposedly. Anyways, like the initial phases of it got better, and everything just kind of cooled off and stuff. And people started to get along. They started to like network with each other, get to know each other, and all that stuff. On me having have left the Discord, I didn't get a chance to really recognize anybody. I'm just kind of like sticking to the people that I know because it's just like at that point in time, it's like I'm comfortable with who I know and I don't want to get involved with too much because it's just some people don't know how to chill. And this is the era of where Twitch started to evolve because of the fact that, as like, if I'm not mistaken, the Me Too movement was on the come up around this era. And so it's just like there was a Me Too movement that happened, if I'm not mistaken, with the wrestling first, and then it went to Hollywood, and then it went to then it came to Twitch, and then that's when a lot of people started getting called out, and that's where that shift started to truly happen. And within that, the same thing happened with the cookout. It was a lot of stuff that was happening behind the scenes, a lot of people doing some shady stuff, a lot of people getting called out for doing these various different things, and as a result, it was brought to the heads of the cookout. And with that, they had some meetings and stuff, and just a lot of people just got exposed for who and what they were and all this, that, and the third. And it was just like, man, at this point in time, I'm thinking back, I'm like, man, when this first started, it was a lot of like, yo, I'm gonna support this person, I'm gonna do this and that and all this. And now it's just like everything's falling apart. Fast forward again from that era up to about what is it, during the Black History Month when there was a huge uproar, the hate raids and all that stuff. That's just when things started to slowly fall apart. And then the level of support changed. I would say the incoming flux from COVID is where things really, I won't necessarily say it hit rock bottom, but like the way things operated truly changed. And this is why I'm like, I may have missed my opportunity to truly be up on the uprise where I like the era of where I was supposed to be at, I could have like flourished at, and where I'm at now, it's just like I'm having to adjust and change a lot of things because it's just like the level of support isn't truly there. Everybody can go live. There's not as many viewers. And so I'm saying all these things to say if you are a content creator, you need to vet everybody within your space because not everybody is there for you and not everyone's there to be supportive of you. What I mean by this is that as I pointed out all these different things like how the nature of things shifted, it was that it went from being true support to iffy. Like I wouldn't necessarily say it was iffy support, but it was just like there is support there, but it's just like it's cautious support because the people are starting to move differently. They're starting to. There are a lot of snakes necessary, as I would say. There are a lot of snakes out there, and then it went from being a lot of snakes to being, what can you do for me era. And that era is like people will pull up, they'll support, like if they feel like you popping off and you got something that they want or you are necessarily above them, say like you're you're averaging 60, 70 viewers and stuff, and you have constant support. You got people coming in, dropping bits, dropping subs, doing all kinds of things. And you just starting out, you might have had your like little pop off, and like now you got up to like you're at a 15 viewer average or whatever the case may be. And that person's just like, yo, I'm trying to get like them. Like, what do I got to do to be like them? So they come up and they make their name known, and they try to always get that shout out. They try to always get that recognition from you, and it's just like, all right, yeah, like yeah, I was like, I see some stuff that you're doing, like yeah, that person's like, they doing their thing and stuff. Like it's dope. And then you know they get that support from you, they get that recognition, and then like a couple of the people that's usually in their community start to like check you out and stuff, and then your numbers start to rise up a bit more. So they went from 15 to about 25, and then they get that little pop off, and then they snake their way over to somebody else, and then they kind of doing the same thing, and then don't get me wrong, they are still putting in the work, but it's just like you're not giving me that shout out anymore, you're not giving me that recognition anymore. You ain't doing nothing for me, so why should I support you? So they vanish, they disappear. And then if you kind of like, then you're like, dang, what happened to so and so? I haven't seen them in a minute. Like, used to pop up all the time. And just kind of like watching, seeing what they doing. And it's just like they're over here, they over there, and you notice the people that they're over there with, they're giving them shout outs and stuff, and it's just like, huh, dang, is that really what they wanted from me? Was just a shout out, just so they can get their numbers up? Dang, like I thought they was like really vibing over here. I thought they was really trying to support and be like a homie and stuff and get to know me, get to know the community, vibe out, possibly collab. But no, they just want that quick gratification and quick notification, or not notification, but quick gratification and quick, you know, show like experience, like showcase for them so they can get their numbers up, and then they on to somebody else to do the exact same thing. And it's just like, dang, am I a stepping stone? Because that's what, in all honesty, that's what a lot of people are how they operate nowadays. Is that like they use people as stepping stones. They don't try to develop that connection. They don't try to get to know you. They don't truly try to like support you as much as it's just like, what can you do for me? Is that it? Is this the limit of what you can do for me? If so, I'm going. And it's not like even then, it's just like, yeah, you could like actually like collab with some people, get to know them, get that acknowledgement and stuff. And then still, once they like done everything that they can for you, you can still support them. You can still pull up, show up to the stream, still like, gift them a sub, give them a couple of subs, stay sub to them. I know, like, and this is not anything to brag about or anything of that nature, but I am like I've been sub to a lot of people for years now. I think the longest like that I currently have is with Smokealoke, who was like one of the original first people I met. There's Smokealoke, there's Level, there's J Rock, um, and I think the longest tier 3 sub that I currently have going is the Sensei CJ. Like I might not always be in his streams because obviously I'm still trying to grow like my own channel, still trying to grow my own community and whatnot, but it's like I might not always be there. I might not be like the ideal viewer, so to speak. But because of my gratitude towards these individuals, I'm always going to try to stay sub to them. I'm always going to try to truly support them because of the fact that they have supported me. They have given me knowledge. They have given me entertainment. They have given me inspiration. So I'm going to try to do all the things that I can for them back. I might not always be there, but every month they're always going to get a sub from me because of the fact that it's just like, this is my way of saying thank you. Thank you for being you, basically. And so it's just um, it's just kind of interesting and weird to see how like the nature of the era of streaming how it is nowadays. It's weird how seeing how it's changed so much, and it's just gone from being true genuine support and wanting to see uplift people to just now it's just like, what can you do for me? So um it's kind of going on a lot longer than what I wanted it to. This is just another talking head video. Um but I want to throw a hashtag in the comments. Hashtag uh, the year that you started on Twitch. Matter of fact, if you are on Twitch, if you are on YouTube, whatever platform that like you might not be on Twitch, but you might be on YouTube. Just throw a hashtag of like what year that you created your account. Obviously, mine would be 2010. because that's when I started my Twitch account. I think I may have had a YouTube account prior to that, but like I didn't really do anything uploading on YouTube or anything of that nature. I just kind of like had one just to have one. Um, but yeah, throw a hashtag the year that you've got involved with content creation. So you created your first account on like Twitch, YouTube, whatever the case may be, TikTok, wherever, and tell me about your first year's experience in the comments. Just I'm curious. I want to see how things were, how you view things then versus now. That's what I want your hashtag year and then your response to be, because like I'm genuinely curious because like I said, I've been over on Twitch for over a decade now. It's getting close to 2 decades at this point. This is my 15th year of being on Twitch. Uh, and it's changed a lot, in all honesty. Like I know since that CJ did his video of like then versus now, do not get me started when PlayStation had the share feature and then they had the playroom thing where they had the camera on you and you could do things and go live on Twitch. Because boy, there were some wild things going on there. It was low key, basically kick at that point there. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of like rambling on, and I want to get this video uploaded because I gotta finish Dynasty Wars because we got Monster Hunter coming out at the end of the week, and it's also your boy's birthday on Saturday. So like um, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Deuces.